Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Farrow, and this is my portfolio showcase. The reason I designed this portfolio showcase is so other people can experience my work in a different medium. We'll soon be exploring that ourselves during this process. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Chris Farrow. I'm a designer, graphic designer, currently a student at Hull University, and on my third year, believe it or not. Getting on a bit. I am almost 40, and I've been doing design work for the best part of 5 years. Anyway, enjoy. So here is my frame showcase. So my portfolio showcase. So this is my on a 2D desktop. Now soon we're going to be exploring it as I designed it in a virtual space, but you can also with Frame you can also visit in a 2D environment from your desktop. It's still a 3D environment, but you'll understand in a minute. So welcome to Deadly Designs Portfolio Showcase, and the showcase collection on my work generated over 3 years, as well as some freelance products I worked on whilst at university. The main purpose of this showcase is to allow people to view my designs in a different medium in a 3D environment where you can explore recreations and see the work brought to life in a new dimension. So we're going to walk in. Now I designed it like almost like an exposition hall. So we've got the Deadly Design logo, we've got some of the work that I've designed in the different booths, and we'll be exploring them more in the virtual headset as I've just recorded that video. I'm just going to briefly go over it quickly on here. So we've got some 3D model work of 3D art, potential box, the Lunar Man, and a plant pot. Got some tables and chairs for people to sit down. We've got a 3D bike, we've got some virtual art, My Day, and the Lunar Brand. Now I'm not going to go into detail and explore this area because we do a lot more in the virtual environment, which is what this Frame VR is designed for. I'm just showing you can also access it in a 2D desktop. This is my logo I designed in Blender. Designed it in Maya, animated it in Blender, added the textures, and it's on the Deadly Designs logo. Okay, so we're going to stop the tour here in the 2D side of things. We're going to grab our headset, and I'll join you in the virtual space. Thank you. Hello and welcome to my portfolio showcase piece. So this is me in the VR headset now in the same in the same showcase that I designed on the desktop. This is now me looking at it in a VR headset. So we've got the Welcome to Deadly Designs Portfolio Showcase. In the showcase, collection of work generated over the 3 years at Hull University, plus a collection of freelance products I worked on whilst at university. The main purpose of this showcase is to allow people to view my work and designs in a different medium in a 3D environment where you can explore the creations and see the work brought to life in a new dimension. So it's a quick little disclaimer. I was going to do a video, but you'll notice there's a lot already going on in the Frame, and there's a lot of videos already going. So I didn't want to use up some of the bandwidth because when working on Frame, you've got to be aware of how much bandwidth is being used. So first things first, we see this 3D design of my logo. I created this in Blender. Well, Maya then moved it to Blender and then added the animation, and I've added it into the Frame as a GLB. We got the Deadly Design logo up the top, little video. Yep, just move that sound for a second. And then over here we just got some examples of 3D boxes made. I'll stand up because I was sitting down, because as you can see there is some 3D art I've designed. We'll get into that shortly. There's Potential. Excuse the pun. So, Box of Potential is a brand that I created with Creative Supplies, and I actually designed a 3D box for it. This is my Luna module that I designed in Maya, and yeah. So I designed the experience to be as you go. Your experience as what you see. Upstairs, we've got a lot more 2D graphical side of things. Downstairs is more video products and 3D work. So we've got some seating area people can sit in. I'm just going to walk through it. So we're going to go to my 3D bike that I designed on Gravity Sketch first. I've called it Open Road because when you're on an open road, you know, your destination is wherever it takes you. So the possibilities are endless. You can go forwards, backwards, you know, take you to wherever you want to go. We've got my Luna project. This, as you already saw, is the design of a Luna. I'll scroll back and actually see some of the design process being made. The only problem with frame is transporting around. If you're too hard on the transportation sticks, you fly. So this is a quick rough concept sketch. This is my 3D UVs in Maya. This is an image of the layout ground that I made. And we've got some high-res visual images of the Luna pod, as well as everywhere we go. Oh, see, that's what I mean about navigating a way around. So this is the Luna pod itself. As you can see, a lot of detail. This was done in Maya and then taken into a Adobe Service Painter, where I added the texture and lighting and really weathered up the design. And then there's a video here. So all the work you'll see is a showcase of work that's already been published, that I've done already for previous assignments. There is some new stuff added in, obviously, for this assignment. Like, let me move over here so we don't have a big model and where you can watch the film. But yeah, this is just working with animation in Maya, and I built this environment, designed the logo. Yeah, it's a interesting piece. If you want to know more, there's more of that YouTube video and me designing the process on YouTube, which we'll be getting to shortly. Okay, so here is a tree that I designed on Illustrator. It's actually taken from a real life picture, which I'm going to add next to it. That's one of the things definitely going to change feedback for this process. So this was designed in Gravity Sketch, and it's a likeness of the tree, and you can go inside it and really get to feel for your environment. Now, that's what I love about 3D art, is it's not just 2D, it's full dimensional. You can experience and feel the process. Talking about 3D art, we're going to make our way over to the visual art section. Virtual art, sorry. So here is a submarine that I designed with a squid attacking it. Sorry for the quality of the recording. Sometimes these recordings aren't recorded the best quality on the 3D headset. I think it's only 720. This is a nice one. This is a neon city that I designed with some neon energy waves. And if we watch, you can actually watch the the process of it being built. So let's just watch that. So we start off with, it's very cyberpunk. I really like how I captured a blur of that planet, and then let's just zoom out a bit so we get a bit more appreciation for it. And then we've got sort of nebula going on in the ground, and then we're just playing with the different sky textures. Now, I could have bought this as a 3D model. Problem is, a lot of the brushes don't, as you can see on this one here, this is the same model we saw at the front door, but this is me designing it in OpenBrush. And a lot of the textures of the brush and the colors don't represent the same. Again, this is another image of me playing around with 3D art. I really enjoy the expressivity of this art form. It's very relaxing. Yeah, we've got a bit of information here about it if you scroll down. I have noticed on the desktop, these are easy to use. On VR, however, a little bit fiddly, so it's definitely, might just be the fact I'm not used to the VR. So next up is My Day. Now, My Day was a soft drinks brand that I designed for the over 65s. It was a soft energy brand, sorry. Just listen to me for a second. It's cringy, but I love it.
But thrill when there was
very cringy. However, it works perfectly with the branding. Vintage Energy from back in the day. We've got this sort of sepia grayscale video package.
Just like
this is a 3D render of the can I designed. And if we actually go to the fridge, the refrigerator to open itself because I have it on an animation loop. And if you click it, it should open. Alright, that's enough of you.
I stood tall throughout it all. Just
yeah. So as you can see, we've got some of the cans in here. Now, this fridge looks a lot better when I rendered it in Blender. Unfortunately, Frame VR do not allow you to bring in the textures that you could use in Blender. I might actually add an image of a fridge underneath somewhere so people can see that it still looks like a fridge, but it looked a hell of a lot cleaner. Okay, so that brings it for this floor. And yeah, so as you can see, when we go back over here, you can see that there is some of the textures, but some of them are just not the right color. Yeah, that's why I didn't bring the rest of them in as 3D models, because it just didn't play well. Nightmare getting on these damn stairs. Navigating on Frame VR I wish you could change it to just, instead of teleportation, just use your stick to move, but I can't seem to work out how. Oh, there's my avatar of me. This is where I am at the moment on my PC in this current space. So let's start off where we, you know what? Let's start with who am I? Who am I? So this is a large image of my workspace back at art college. When I was at Hull College doing my art and design course, this is like my mind space. We've got my wedding, my wife, love, you know, my guiding force is some of my streaming stuff, me as a chef. Yeah, a lot of random collage. And then obviously it's a digital version of my my life, me as a streamer, me as a Don, again some wedding, me as a whole university student. Yeah, I'm almost 40 and I'm the oldest on my course, but it is very rewarding. Okay, so this is just a transition, really, animated logo design that I designed for myself. I am a streamer called Deadly Bullet, live on Twitch and YouTube. I haven't been as active since joining uni because I just had not enough time and other passions. So here's some information about myself, a little testimonial. There's an image of me, there's a Deadly Designs logo and a Deadly Bullet logo. So hello, my name is Chris Farrer. I'm a graphic design student currently at Hull University, now in my final years. I'm going to sit down for a bit because standing up in a virtual space can be, you know, quite draining. So, in my final year, since we're going to grad, not only am I a graphic design student, I'm also a freelance content creator, aka Deadly Bullet. So again, the slide down on the wall's a lot easier on desktop. So it's something I need to consider if ever designing something in Frame again. I'm a graphic design student who's been streaming for about 4 years. The reason I wanted to... Okay, so this is just a little information about myself, and you feel free to read it. There's a lot here, as I wanted to give people a slight more in-depth view of me. The reason I wanted to create this portfolio is so people could experience my work. Okay, in a different medium. Yeah, so how I got into it talks about my journey as getting into design. So I actually started out as a chef for 20 years. And then I had, well, you could say, I wouldn't say it was a breakdown. There was a lot going on in my life at that time, and I ended up having to step away for a bit. And I got to reinvent myself, which is something we do in life anyway. As a designer, we're always reinventing, we're always redesigning and you know, innovating our designs and concepts. And life is the same. You don't just stick with the one person of who you are. You're always reinventing, you're always adding, you're always growing. But yeah, this just tells my story. Feel free to look at it in your own time. Okay, so here is actually a live feed to my YouTube page. Now on here you'll see we've got some live videos. There's the bike that I designed and it's made in Gravity Sketch. There's the tree that I also made in Gravity Sketch. Now the reason I've added this YouTube page so people can view some of the work or videos I've done. I've got different playlists. I've got some of my Rooted in Hull stuff on here. Let's just click that play. And again, this is another thing I've noticed. On a desktop, why don't you want to play? On a desktop, you can play this really easily.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, you have to,
my name is Chris Farrow, and this is my Rooted in Hull project.
Oh, this takes me back. This takes me back to my first year project. We got some of my Rooted in Hull design. I won't go through it, but it's about typography and brand layout. The pizza project actually is quite good. So we were asked, as part of Rooted in Hull, they have a freelance pizza parlor, and we were asked to design a concept, a new logo, and that was what I designed, the People's Pizza. It was all about, you know, Viva la Pizza, which it was a play on People's Liberation, which was something he wanted as part of his brief. He also wanted to sort of involve the pizza implements, but also have a slight Soviet, but not Soviet as in, oh no, the Soviet Union, but also like, you know, the more socialization, the more socialist side of the Soviet Union, if that makes sense. But yeah, and we just drew up very different, very hard to move this logo. Actually,
Pizza. So from then on, I utilized the name in the rest of my design work. As you can see, here are images done on Illustrator. Some are logo designs and some are poster designs.
Anyway.
An in-depth analysis.
Oh, here we go. So this is the People's Pizza. So one thing I do enjoy doing is making video packaging. I actually think I have a flair. Now this is a bit dated and I definitely would change the appeal of this.
Help of individuals or like groups to sort of get established or put back into the community.
So I'd say it's about community, the People's Pizza, giving back to the community. Really helps with the whole theme of Rooted in Whole. We've got some bold text. Yep. But anyway, the reason I added the let's just go back to the main page. There we go. I've noticed though, it's very hard to control the YouTube page on the VR setting. It's easier on the desktop. But yeah, I've added this so people can explore my portfolio and see some of the work that I've done in more depth, because you can't add all these different videos because it takes up the bandwidth of the Frame VR. So again, we got I've added this. This was actually the first project I did at Hull University. From the ideation stage, the concept was to make a brand that already has a logo and a sort of basically redesign a brand to be more for the city. So the original logo was this one with a sort of brick wall and just Hull's outreach. Now that could be any city. Slap the name Hull, you wouldn't know. Put a different name on, you wouldn't know. You couldn't tell from the skyline that was Hull. So my concept was to, well, what's more iconic about Hull is the Humber Bridge, the deep, the different parts of the skyline. So my concept was to add that into its design. So as you can see, we've got a silhouette of the city there. So it's a little bit more understanding for those that have in Hull can see. We've still kept their original logo, and fronting we've got the bridge with Hull, and it's a nice graphical piece, but I ended up cleaning it up a bit more. Hello, Dudley. And yeah, we made this piece in the end. We decided to get rid of the whole skyline because that actually isn't my work and I want this to be 100% original. So I added this, made it like this. So yeah. Here is Potential. This was a creative brand. Let me see if I can restart the video. Let me just go. Why did I put chairs here? So you can't act. Oh, crying out loud. And this is the issue with Frame VR, is it's hard to navigate. I think I might move those chairs because although it looked aesthetically pleasing, it's not very functional. There we go, we're back up here. So, here we go. So this is a video package I made for Potential. It's creative supplies and the tagline, see what we see. Because you don't see your own potential, others see the potential and you then realise your potential. This is made in stop animation using Adobe 3D Stager. Again, was designed for Potential. I then created a 3D box just to, you know, give it a bit more than just an image on a screen. We've got a storyboard for how I designed the animation and some high-res graphic of what comes in the Potential box. So we've got a notepad and a pen so you can jot down your ideas, a mirror so you can see what you can see, the sky, because you know, possibility is endless, and you know, it's a bit more inspiration. And then further down here we have the couple of animated graphical information. So this actually was created by me for a whole university. They asked me if I would design the School of Arts showcase logo and poster because they know I enjoy the video packages. I'm quite proud of this. This is a collaboration with Dan. Well, basically I designed it and then got back to him, showed him different ideas and different concepts, and this was the final piece. Yeah, it's nice and playful. It's got a lovely bold graphics. It was ideal for what they wanted at the time, and obviously the university branding there. This piece here is the hat stand. Now this is another fictional nightclub in Hull. It's a cabaret club actually, which is gonna. I designed this on Adobe Animate. This is actually an infographic online. Handles a lot better online. But this is the video of how it would animate. So online, you click the spotlights and it reveals the secret hidden message. And the message is the opening times. Yeah. And then the hat flies back off and the curtains close. Yeah. I actually like that piece. Again, another video package I enjoyed. So that concludes our virtual tour of the portfolio experience. I hope you've enjoyed your time, and any questions, don't hesitate to get in contact with me on my Twitter or my YouTube. I also have Discord, and the links will be provided in the description of this video. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.